Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Taphaven podcast. I am Naticus, and with me are my hosts, Astolfo and Boreman. Boreman, how we doing, buddy?
Dude, we're doing good. We're doing good. This past week, I found out about Battle 6 Battle Royale.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and we also have Flaviar's number 18 on the docket as well. So if you want to go ahead and pour that out while you go ahead and explain where we're at, we can get this ball rolling.
yes,
Boys!
so I heard about this through my, my most common streamer that I put on, Hippo TC. He actually hates it. So he brought up that Battlefield 6 Battle Royale is coming out, and it's free to play. So it's going to be a free to play game mode for Battlefield 6. I'm like, it's really cool because guess what? We were all just talking about how we shouldn't buy the game.
Never pay it. Yeah.
And now, unless it was on sale, and now we would have the opportunity to just play it for free. Now he has this weird, Hippo has this, to me, weird opinion about it being like, not Battlefield. Battlefield's a conquest and the squad play and all this stuff. But then the guy he had on at the same time, Alex, is in my boat where it's like, no, dude, Battlefield 6 should have been doing Battlefield in general should have been doing battle royales for a long time.
Yeah, they have the setting for it. They have the massive maps.
The massive maps.
The massive amount of people.
How crazy would it be if you could get to a vehicle and it's like a shared, you're making a lot of noise now, but you're also really strong maybe. Mm-hmm. And then you've got the squad gameplay, right? It just seems like the best of both worlds. And on top of all that, for a while now, I've been arguing that Battle Royale is the epitome of FPS games. Especially games with low time to kill. So Marvel Rivals has mostly higher time to kills.
Yeah.
Doesn't necessarily need to be a Battle Royale. I still think it would be cool to try it and see how it goes.
To start as a low grade mutant and then scale up.
Yeah, something.
That could be cool. Yeah.
But Tarkov is in essence a Battle Royale. There's not a shrinking circle, but I don't think a Battle Royale needs a shrinking circle. I think it just needs to be a big map, potentially multiple objectives. Everyone is in separate free-for-all or team-based gameplay. And the shrinking map is still a fun thing to do, though. I mean, that's a way of doing Battle Royale that's fun. And
that was something that I was going to bring up too on this topic, was the fact that we need a term for this type of, there's an umbrella, right? Mm-hmm. And this umbrella of ideas includes things like Tarkov, it includes things like Apex, it includes things like that new massive war battle one that we wanted to try.
In early access.
Yeah, it's like an early access. It includes things like the new game that's going to come out, the futuristic droid shooter that's kind of like a Tarkov game. I'm forgetting the name of it.
Where it's hyper futuristic and it's still
but it looks so. I'm super excited for that one. But there's this style of game where it kind of dives into this survival aspect in a small scale situation where it ups the stakes, and you get something for doing well in this situation, and there are mechanics that bring people together. So there's either points of interest, high value areas, or shrinking circle. All of these mechanics are designed to bring groups together in one place to cause engagement. And there's no good term that I know of for umbrellaing all of those together, but they all feel more similar to each other than to, say, an arena shooter.
Fair.
Yeah.
I think that the realm of extraction shooters is rife with competition, but I also feel as if no one has really come up with the model that will launch it into the full, like, it won't launch it into Black Ops fandom. Like, it's never going to go ahead and pull people out of Black Ops field or anything. Like, nobody from Battlefield is going to get torn away from Battlefield 6 because of a Tarkov-like game yet. Like, I haven't seen one that's gonna do it. Like, there was the only AAA Tarkov or the extraction shooter like that we saw, which is honestly, I think it's shot itself out in the foot already, is Bungie's failed project. I don't even think it's gonna be coming back.
Wait, the one where they stole the art?
Yeah. Do you not know about that, Eric?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
okay.
wild.
Just making sure. I was like, yeah, Bungie shit the bed again. So, this is a podcast with us. We don't shit on Bungie.
Yeah. I think a good so Arc Raiders is the one that I was thinking about, which has some of the most promise in my eyes, and it's the same team that did the finals. And while I think the finals game itself has some issues, for sure, it has some of the most fluid shooter mechanics in the industry right now.
In the industry or within that?
Within the industry. Like, I think them as a studio, they're shooting, like, the feeling of their guns, their fluidity of movement, how they chose to do movement, their map design with the changing maps and how all that worked. Their mechanics were 10 out of 10. Okay. I think there's a lot of other places where, like, the design of how the game felt and how the game was supposed to be played and all of that was a little hairy. You either liked it or didn't like it, and there were flaws and pros and cons. But actually, mechanically, the game was, like, really solid. So I'm excited to see how Arc Raiders does.
I have a question
with that team.
This kind of revolves. This goes to, like, both of you then. With knowing, like, the gun feel, like the feel of the game just in general, and how Arc Raiders kind of lended itself to being honestly an outlier of a beta. Like, a lot of people I know who were inside the FPS world picked up that game and were like, oh, this is gas, hell yeah. Where do you feel that Battlefield 6 will excel and fall short in this style of game based on your experiences within the beta?
So Battlefield's best strength is chaos. I still believe that. I don't think any game does wartime chaos as well as Battlefield. And, like, there are a lot of other things that I can harp on about the game, but that they excel in. If they could just, if for me, if they wanted to make a game for me, if they leaned hard into that and then literally just kind of, like, made gunplay better and took out some of the, like, weird progression mechanics and things like that, and just focused on, like, enhancing that chaos and making it gritty, man, they'd have the best game, one of the best games on the market. And so I'm hoping that in their Battle Royale, they lean into that. I don't know how to do that, but leaning into making it feel like wartime chaos between these little groups would be so cool, because I don't think you get that in any other. The only game that does that to any scale is Apex Legends, and only in one map in one part of one city does chaos do really well.
I think something they should try out that might fail horribly but also might be very interesting is take the squad resurrection gameplay, where if you're out of combat and you're far enough away from enemies for long enough, your squad can spawn on you. if you could the BR, I think that could be interesting because
Yeah.
there's a big problem in battle royales with third partying, right? People don't want to fight because they don't want to get third partied and then be done. Well, you always need a resurrection mechanic, right? And in most of the games, it's like you grab their, dog tag and you run to a spot and you respawn them.
Yeah. Beacon,
Well,
whatever.
in battle royale for Battlefield 6, yeah, ideally you have a medic, right? And they can resurrect like normal. But then for the dog tag resurrection situation, I think perhaps that would be the way for them to do it, and that could be very interesting to where people do fight, and then if they can retreat and get everyone respawned, maybe they have to grab the dog tags, maybe not.
Yeah.
Just depends on if it like made a forever game, because that would be bad, of course, but it probably couldn't be a forever game.
You both have kind of talked about benefits or like things that it's going to do well. Where do you think it's going to struggle? Because I already know that game's going to struggle.
100%. The worst thing about doing a battle royale mode for Battlefield 6 as it exists now is that you have to put attachments and upgrades within the same experience. And their low-end guns feel so terrible that gunplay, FPS, and the feeling of actually shooting stuff will suck for half of the match if they decide to start everybody with these level 1 guns that then have to be leveled up throughout one match.
That's a big thing I hope they don't do.
I agree. I hope they don't do that either, but
You should
I'm just
start
thinking
with
about
the guns you start with, just like normal Battlefield. It's such
Without
a
the mods and everything? Like without the
Like-
things that you've unlocked? Or with them?
But then
no,
what
like
are you
you
finding
start with
throughout
what
the
you
match?
choose-
What are you upgrading?
that's the problem to solve, right? It's just that I think a lot of battle royales fail, or not fail, but they aren't as popular as other things necessarily because people don't want to play running simulator
Nope.
and they don't want to play looting simulator.
No.
And that's totally understandable.
Yeah.
It can be really annoying. So what if it was about something else? You are in there and it's all about the objective. I mean, pretty much what Tarkov does. When you go into Tarkov, you bring in what you bring in, and you're very unlikely to try to upgrade your kit while you're going. It's more like you get out, then you upgrade your kit, then you go in with that later if you choose to. So for Tarkov, it's all about getting the gear, and I would think that could be something they could do too. They could take all of those mods that they have, that leveling up system, and just make it all blanket items that you can get put on these things, just like Tarkov, and that's the free-to-play model.
Yeah.
I feel that because there are so many guns coming across the jumping the gap, as it were, whenever the game gets published, that there is a lot of room, one, for gun balancing to become an issue within the actual main gameplay, and the adjustments with the PvP within one mode will negatively impact the other game mode based on those adjustments. Because I don't think they're going to be like, oh, let's add SMGA to the game. It's available in free to play and the paid version. I'm not going to go ahead and create a version of this gun that exists asynchronously from both. It's going to.
I'm going to tell you
gun.
right now, the biggest con, like right now, I focused on the idealistic cons, right? Like the con that I want them to think about solving is how to make gunplay feel good at the start of a match, because that'll be important, right? How do they not choose to do upgrades like Anthony was saying, so that like they do something different? I can tell you right now, the biggest con, I guarantee you, unfortunately, will probably be however they monetize this.
Oh yeah, they're gonna have to, right? I
Yeah,
mean,
they
unless
have
it's
to.
just, oh, we want you to buy the game to play the normal game, which would be kind of weird.
Yeah,
How do you-
that is the
how
biggest
do you gauge
concern.
that? What does that look like in your in your
I don't know,
worst
it's
timeline,
really
what does that look
weird if
like?
you think about it. Like, what is it a demo? Is it a free to play demo? Because why would you make a battle royale free to play and have a $70+ main game? It's just weird. Like,
Because
why?
they are sure. Here's the thing. The only reason this makes sense is
Oh, peer
because
pressure.
they are sure that they are going to be able to monetize this in a way to where the average player that does the battle royale will spend
Enough money. More than enough.
around their profit margin
Yeah.
target, right? Now their profit margin target is like per player, they probably need like $20, right? They need at least like $20 to $30. They are going to do some monetization technique to make it so that the average number of players get that target. How they do that is super worrying in every case for a free game. Because not every game is like good about doing that, especially AAA. I have to imagine that they do the cosmetic route, but the problem is the cosmetic route will feel very weird for Battlefield 6.
Yeah. They don't have that kind of. They don't have.
Nobody, nobody,
They're sepia tone across the
yeah.
board.
And not only that, nobody really cares about how they look in a Battlefield 6 game,
No.
right?
No.
It's
So,
first person. You don't see it.
Yeah. Why?
so what does that tell me? That most likely there are going to be tiers of purchases that you can do. My best guess, there are tiers of purchases that essentially unlock the next set of weapons that you can do, or the next set of attachments you
That's
can
gonna feel
do.
bad.
That would really suck.
That would.
That would be
100%. It would be, but I
It's the only
can't
currency they have,
imagine
though.
exactly, or grenades or things like that, or
Oh, but it's not. It's
like-
not gonna. It's not gonna really constitute somebody being able to spend money on something unless they battle pass stuff out, like being like, oh, we are
But again, what's going to be in the battle
Oh,
pass that is
okay,
worthwhile to
so-
buy?
a modded version of the SMG or something. Like, let's say it's an SMG with the tungsten casing bullets from the LMG. I don't know, but all that being said, that's not longevity wise. That's not going to do anything because you're running into the same issue across the board. How do you back that?
Yeah,
Like,
and
Destiny
they
has
do
dealt with
so
this
they do
forever.
skins and battle passes and loot boxes in their other Battlefield games. So I have to imagine that it'll be similar systems to that. But
I feel like a lot
We'll
of
see.
what makes Battlefield isn't so much an individualistic look as you run around the map. If anything, it's a drawback. You want to be you want
Yeah.
to blend
You wanna
into the
blend
background
in.
as much as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's
I don't know.
yeah, and
doesn't
so
seem-
it's very interesting. So that's my biggest con and worry is that no matter how good or bad the game is, at the end of the day, it will die or live in my eyes based on its monetization.
Yeah. Yeah.
So apparently, there has been mining that discovered it will have a destructive ring.
A
So it will be a
destructive
shrinking
ring?
play area.
Oh yeah.
that makes
I don't
sense.
think they do a battle royale. I don't think they call it a battle royale if it
Unless
didn't
there's
have a
a
shrinking
shrinking
range.
range.
I think that's the big difference between extraction shooter and battle royale is that in general they're very much the same game, but one uses a shrinking ring and the other uses no shrinking ring and instead has a time limit.
Yeah.
Well, I think if they're doing the shrinking ring battle royale, that means basically confirmed they're gonna do the, the looter stuff. So you're gonna
Yeah,
be
100%.
run simulator plus looting simulator, which I don't mind, but that's because I played a lot of them and learned that most people loot and run too much. They don't realize that they're playing wrong. In a battle royale, your first goal is to get a good enough hit in as short of a period of time and go to the nearest enemy.
And
You kill them,
Yeah.
and then you are set up way better because now you have so
Double
much
the
more
loot.
loot than you could have ever done. Yeah, and it propels you forward insanely, and
yeah.
it gets rid of those early game jitters of being afraid. Like if you don't fight in a battle royale until the last battle,
You feel weird.
you with it. You know you're gonna
Yeah.
miss.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But back to why BRs are so good and are like the way of FPS in my mind. First off, they avoid repetitiveness. Okay. Like when
It's
you're
always that story model again.
yeah, you and that's the second part. Yeah, it will provide memorable stories
Yeah.
in your gameplay. Like already in the conquest maps, especially with that small map that it's cool but also too small with the building that feels like you're in a several story IKEA building. It gets repetitive really quickly because things end up bottlenecking in certain spots and just being the ideal spot to defend or attack, and it's just meh.
It's just bullshit. That's what it is.
Yeah, and
I hear you.
they blur together, and that's the reason that I wish like Marvel Rivals had a battle royale is the whole memorable stuff because I really enjoyed Marvel Rivals, but I don't really remember the games.
Each individual match. Yeah.
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 From a match to match basis, Marvel Rivals doesn't have as much going for it. It has far more going for it across the whole grind. And your technique going up and being able to feel that dopamine rush more and more rather than being like super memorable on a play-by-play basis.
Yeah. So, quick question then. Are we playing this or are we not playing this?
I mean, it's
Definitely try it.
free.
It's gonna be free.
So, I mean, yeah, I mean, if it's free, there is no downside to trying it, and seeing how they do it. But at the same time,
we play Marvel
we play
Rivals
some Marvel
afterwards
Rivals.
again.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I do have to say, we have not played a game in a while.
We
that I
really
feel
need
like
to play Peak.
We really need to play.
Yes, the new peak.
Yes.
There's a
New
whole new
peak.
biome. We need to play it.
Yes.
We need to play it.
Yes.
Yes. Look, I will say it right now. This weekend, I have everything open. Unfortunately, not just to play games, but because kittens are going to be post-surgery tired the whole weekend. So we're staying home all weekend to watch them.
Oh, this weekend. I see.
Yes.
Because you're gonna be home. Because
Yes.
you have free time.
Where's the leave button? I'm just kidding.
He is gonna lose his bird card though, Nat, because he's only like 30 minutes away from Dragon Con, and it sounds like he's not
Oh,
going.
dude.
Yeah, I'm not.
Which I
Well,
don't
here's
blame him. I probably wouldn't either.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I'm one of those that I have been to so many Dragon Cons that
He's
now
He got to see Brandon Sanderson at Dragon Con, dude.
literally that's what I'm going for now. I will essentially wait
Go to
until
get
somebody
yourself
I
signed.
desperately want to see comes to Dragon Con, and I'll go there for that specific thing.
There was
Makes sense.
one reason and one reason only I used to go to Dragon Con, or would repeatedly
yes.
go.
This
And
was
it
gonna be my
Tokyo
next point.
Attack.
Yeah,
Tokyo Attack. What is
yeah.
Tokyo
They used to
Attack?
go to Dragon Con.
Gone.
They're gone.
Where Tokyo Attack?
They
What was Tokyo
like
Attack?
they were
200 Japanese arcade machines.
Oh,
yes.
sick.
It was
And
a
also
full-on
old school
mobile-
American ones too.
yeah.
Damn, that must have been expensive to move.
Yes.
Oh.
So that was their biggest problem. They would
So
travel to
cool.
different conventions
Yeah.
year round and show these. And the problem was that each convention wouldn't actually make that much profit for
Yes,
them.
and that's
So
the
they
way
were
of the
essentially
machine.
breaking even.
Yeah.
And then
then I
COVID
think-
hit.
Yep.
Oh.
And then the minute COVID hit, they had you got to remember this company was I don't know this for a fact, but just based on like my intuition, they were probably running in right between black and green, right? So they were making enough so that they could afford to do it the next year with every year, and they were probably had like 2 to 3 months in the bank. But the minute COVID hit, now their whole year got ruined and they ran out of their 2 to 3 months extra. And after that, what do? You have no choice. You gotta liquidate.
Yeah,
you essentially going into COVID as a convention like type group, you had to have enough money to survive the year for every employee for 2 years, because essentially they didn't really get back to good numbers until 2022.
Let's be real, that's impossible for some for certain providers. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, for something like this company, yeah, that was near impossible. Like, what do you do with the trucks? What do you do with the machines? What do you do? Yeah. Like, at that point, the only option that they had was to go brick and mortar. But how do you do that during COVID?
How do you go ahead and do that? Exactly. I was going to say, like, how do you do that in the middle of a freaking pandemic? There's no way.
Yeah. That's a nightmare scenario. So,
well, Tokyo Attack sounds sick, but there is a topic within Dragon Con that I do want to cover with y'all.
Okay.
So recently, in the past week, honestly, in the past 2 weeks, I can't believe we had to talk about this actually at the session before. You guys know about Critical Role.
Not only do we know, our 100 episodes we've done whiskeys
Eric,
from them.
I know you have.
Well, I'm saying even the audience should know, right?
True.
The listeners.
True.
We have done Critical Role whiskeys.
Let us weave a tale of a mighty franchise called Critical Role. Anthony, this might be a little bit informative for you, so let me go ahead and sit you down in front of the fire and tell you about how Pappy used to live. So, Critical Role, live action roleplay, playing Dungeons and Dragons with a bunch of nerdy ass voice actors, right? Bunch of hot names in the voice acting realm, and they did fairly well, and they partnered with Wizards of the Coast and Dungeons and Dragons to go ahead and provide this live stream. Now, that's not to say that Dungeons and Dragons was directly vetting this or giving them money to do this. It was just that Dungeons and Dragons saw that this was doing well and was like, hey, if you keep doing well, we'll go ahead and give you some stuff. Like, let's go ahead and get people onto our platform for D&D Beyond. Let's go ahead and get some people playing the game. Entering into the golden age of what would be known as like D&D for the past 5 to 10 years. If not more. I would say more, right, Eric? Like 2015?
So there were two big events that changed D&D for good. Essentially, we had the 2015-2016 bump.
Yes.
Right around there. There were two big events that happened. One was Critical Role.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Critical Role was starting to become the monolith that it is. Really, Stranger Things came out.
Oh shit, you're absolutely right.
And those two things combined
happening at the same time
created
D&D.
A huge wave of new D&D players and new experiences and people wanting to get into this.
Yeah. This was during campaign 1 of Critical Role, correct?
Yes. Yeah. Well, yes. Towards the middle to the end is really when it started getting huge. But yeah, when Stranger Things dropped, people looked up D&D and wanted to see more about it. And at that time, it was essentially Critical Role that was doing stuff.
Now, one thing to point out to listeners, Critical Role was the cause for this hype train, right? So...
But I was going to say the second event, before you continue, just to kind of do it again.
Yeah.
The second event was COVID. Again.
Oh, yeah.
When COVID hit, D&D jumped again. And we're talking huge numbers. Like, I don't have the numbers offhand, but I would not be surprised if the player base of D&D doubled in 2015 to 2017, and then doubled from that during COVID.
Yeah, for sure. So... these events happen. D&D, Critical Role is doing incredible. D&D as a entire content space explodes. You see a lot of new creators come out and creating content for the game, and they're able to do this using OGL. OGL stands for Open Game License, and what it kind of summarized into small text is if you are using the instructed rules of D&D, and if I get off on track on this, Eric, if you could quote me, as long as you are following the rules set within those guidelines, you can use whatever content that you want within within Dungeons and Dragons. Am I accurate in saying that?
As long as you aren't, you still have to get a separate license, I believe,
Yes. But
to
as long
make
as
money off of it.
To make money off of it, you have to go ahead and create. But as long as you are following the OGL, you can create.
Yes, you can redistribute.
And redistribute it.
Yes.
Yeah. So, this makes a lot of people happy because they've had this hobby for so long. They're seeing the explosion of popularity. They want to go ahead and be part of it. You see a lot of creators kind of come up in the space. We have NADPOD with None of the D&D podcast. We have Dungeons and Daddies. We have Dimension 20 under the whole Dropout label, which we will come back to later. Just a whole bunch of content out of nowhere, and thankfully we lived in the golden age until Wizards wanted more money. Fast forward about 10 years into this explosion of popularity, and Wizards, hey, we're going to make some changes to the OGL. We're going to go ahead and make sure that if you make a certain amount of money on our product, period, we get a kickback on that. I believe it's $1 million. Every $1 million that you make on the content, they get a kickback on the funds on that. Am I correct with that, Eric? Making sure I'm accurate.
Yeah, I don't know how much it was, but yes. Essentially, in 2023, they updated all of the language here to try and essentially achieve more money.
Also, they also went to go ahead and take your rights to your materials, because you could go ahead and say, yeah, I created it under the OGL, but under this new OGL, Wizards could use your content if you were utilizing the OGL. Am I correct with that as well? Just making sure, because I this was a while back whenever this happened. This was like 2023, 2024.
Yeah, the only important thing that I don't know if you're getting to is that none of this went live.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that. Yeah. So this pissed off a lot of people because they kind of beta tested it. They were like, oh, we're gonna make some of these changes, and literally the community exploded. They were like, oh, fuck D&D. Like almost every single creator.
Less fuck D&D and more just Wizards of the Coast. By the way.
Fuck Wizards. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
So the communal feel is fuck Wizards. So people start thinking, you know what? Screw it. Let's go ahead and create our own systems to go ahead and avoid this entire kerfuffle, because we don't know how Wizards has been kind of shitting the bed with their franchises for a while. They've made some questionable decisions about how they handle Magic. They've made questionable decisions about how they've handled D&D just now. So let's go ahead and see if we can't do it ourselves. Enter Critical Role again. They say, oh, bet we're going to go ahead and come up with our own system. And not only that, we're going to go ahead and make sure that it's our style of D&D, the one that you love, but curated and customized to the current godfather of D&D, Matthew Mercer. This happens, and they go through the entire production process of Daggerheart. During that time, the OGL changes do not go through because D&D Wizards realize this is a really bad idea if we want to go ahead and maintain any form of cohesion with our community. And Wizards release 5.5, which really isn't an update. It really isn't. It's really not a lot of content. and they're expecting a lot of people to still shell out money for the content that they're getting, which is kind of pennies to the dollar, in terms of actual new resources. So Wizards isn't doing great in the community, period. Fast forward.
I will say, to be fair, a lot of stuff in 5.5 were quality of life, like stuff that people already incorporated
homebrewed into their systems anyway.
It is nice to not have it be a homebrew.
Okay. Anyway, so fast forward. Critical Role finishes Daggerheart, which is their new system, and they play test it under another campaign. Like, it's this little mini campaign. They've had 3 major campaigns, and they're about to start their 4th now. So in between the space between the 3rd and the 4th, they have the Daggerheart miniseries, and it does very well. People enjoy it. They've been enjoying the books already, and they love seeing the new system in play with all of the voice actors that they know and love. They're like, oh, this is already getting up to be awesome. We've already done the play test to go ahead and see this being played on the big show, the campaign 4, because when we have the entire cast, that's whenever you get a lot of buy-in from the community. Oh, unfortunately, we get to the announcement of campaign 4, and Eric, I want to turn it over to you for this one and see where you felt after hearing about everything for campaign 4, because I'm excited up to a point, and I want to see where your excitement dies and whether I'm the same way.
So while he thinks about that, I'm excited because I didn't know about all this drama. So we just bought the commander decks for Magic the Gathering's D&D set.
Oh,
so we bought 2 of them because we started playing Commander again, just me and my wife. And the only sad thing about when we play Magic is there's not enough dice rolling, and we have really cool dice that y'all have seen that we got while hanging out with you guys. So we ordered them just because they've got all of those dice mechanics. So we're looking forward to that.
Beautiful.
But also, they're coming out with Spider-Man Magic the Gathering. That seems so weird. I don't understand it.
The crossovers, man.
But then they're coming out. But then they're coming out with Avatar: The Last Airbender, which is exciting,
man.
But they're not making commander decks for the Avatar series.
Of course not.
I hate non-original IP Magic the Gathering. It drives me insane.
Oh man, dude, Wizards does not give a fuck as long as they make money.
So I'm going to give my opinions on campaign 4. And I'm going to preface it
about campaign 4's like lead up, because
I will.
Okay,
So,
okay.
Campaign 4, they are trying to attempt probably one of the most coordinated and largest West Marches campaigns inside of the D&D engine, the rule set.
Explain what West Marches is.
West Marches means that multiple different groups are all playing in the same space, in the same timeline, same world, and their events will have interactions with other groups or cause things in the world that will affect other groups. Now, usually, these types of large West Marches campaigns, really on a small scale, hard to do. It's hard to do. They're super fun to play, both to play and DM. They're super fun, but they're very complicated. Typically, the best ones tend to be run at conventions. Like if you go to Gen Con or Gamehole Con or things like that, or Origins Game Fair, things like that, you get to go, you're in a large room, and there are multiple tables, and they're all doing a large event together. And that can be really cool. They're all West Marches campaigns. Usually they're bigger in scale. There's a lot of complications there. But they are some of the most cool experiences that you can have in D&D in general happen in a West Marches campaign. Like, it is crazy to see the effect of what you do affect everybody.
Can I stop you real quick?
Yeah, go for it.
And I hate to steal your thunder, but I feel like I've seen him most, so I'm going to talk about it. And if they pick anybody else to do this, they pick the exact person to do it.
Yes. So here's the thing. A lot of people are hating on campaign 4, Anthony, because Critical Role because this will be the first campaign where Matt Mercer is not the dungeon master.
Correct.
Instead,
Is he involved at all?
Yes.
He's a player. They're finally letting him be a player in a main campaign.
So excited about that.
Exactly, because he's played before and people loved when he played.
Yes. And instead, the DM will be Brennan from the D20 crew.
Brennan,
who
Lee
has his
fucking Logan. Put
own
some respect on his fucking name.
Yeah. And so he is on the D20 crew, and people love him DMing the D20 crew. He is a fantastic DM.
Yeah.
But you have to imagine that there is some percentage of that is very vocal.
Yeah.
That doesn't want change. And so now what you're going to see
people. That's always the vocal people.
Look,
dude,
and here's
I was talking with Hippo in his whole chat, and he was asking questions. He's like, what are y'all's opinions about this and that, about Sea of Thieves, of course. And at one point I told him, I was like, dude, unfortunately, we are all a vocal minority here, and none of our opinions are really valid in a way, because it doesn't speak for the majority of the people that are playing the game. And he read that and he was like, you know what, Boardaman? You're probably right about that. We are just speaking in an echo chamber here. Like,
yeah. So that's the first big thing. The second big thing is that because of a West Marches campaign, there's actually going to be multiple groups running simultaneously, and you're not going to see every group every time.
So you might have favorites that aren't playing every day.
And
week.
your core people that
like
were in the older campaigns, they are not going to be together in a lot of the cases now.
Yeah.
So you aren't going to get to see some of your favorite interactions if you've been keeping up with all the campaigns every week. And I can understand how people are upset about that.
The Stormlight Archive, okay?
Yeah,
like,
yeah. I mean, here's the thing.
Look, there's a
I am excited about it for a lot of reasons. One, I love Brennan. He's an awesome DM. And so I'm excited to see him try to run one of the most artistically complicated D&D sessions of all time. Two, people are upset about the switch from Daggerheart to D&D, but the problem with that is Daggerheart does not have a good system for doing West Marches. And that's not to say Daggerheart isn't a cool system, but D&D is tried and tested. It has all of these cases handled.
I don't think you explained that they won't be
Daggerheart
doing
is
Daggerheart.
That was my introduction. Daggerheart is their custom.
To it. Okay.
Yeah.
So that Daggerheart, that mini session that they did before, the whole preempting for what we thought was campaign 4, they're not doing the jump over to Daggerheart here.
Yes.
So they're still doing D&D like 5.5?
Yes, they're still doing D&D 5.5. But I think they had to. Honestly, Daggerheart just wasn't designed for the scale that they're trying to do here with West Marches, and it would have been a nightmare to try and recreate West Marches inside of Daggerheart. I think it would have taken years of prep. West Marches has multiple books on it that have been written over 2 decades, right? It's just... But people are upset about that because people wanted Daggerheart and have some hate. So you have the group that doesn't want the DMs to change, the group that has player favorites that wants them to interact and not interact with new people and have new people. And then you have the third group that hates Wizards of the Coast, rightfully so. I'm not disagreeing with their hate, but they wanted them to use a new system for this insanely complicated artistic endeavor that it really wasn't made to do.
Are we drinking this, by the way?
Yeah.
Are we supposed to be drinking this?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. You're
I've
supposed to
been
be
drinking
enjoying
it
it as
the
we
whole
talk.
I completely
time.
forgot. I completely
I've been drinking it the whole.
We got to do a
time.
better job of cheersing at the beginning, I think. Right after our introduction, we got to cheers.
Cheers.
But I'm super excited for it. The only negative that I have with Critical Role as a whole is that, and this isn't their fault, and I don't blame them for it, it doesn't feel as genuine and homey as it did in the beginning. And it's
The first
because
campaigns.
not even the second campaign, honestly. Not even towards the end of the first campaign. The first half to 3/4 of the first campaign felt so much like I was just a part of a group getting together at their house, making funny voices, doing things. Once they did that finale section of the first campaign, they started up. That's when they blew up and they started just upping their production
When they had
budget.
the set. Yeah.
Making
Well,
it
they
look
had the full
better,
set.
doing the set, doing all that stuff. And then campaign two was them dipping their toes into this being a full season of television level production. Campaign 3, it might as well be a TV show. Like-
yeah.
And I'm not saying it's a good show in all respects, but it's a TV show. It feels like a TV show. It's a
it feels like
production level
production.
TV show.
Yeah.
And now this is going to be even more of a production. They have an even better set. They have even more crazy stuff happening. They have even more storylines that they have plans to do inserts and interviews
this
and
is
things like that to help.
This
Right.
is like the Avengers for Marvel.
Yes.
They're trying to do the full
And it's
thing now.
Here's the thing. I think it's awesome, but it's just there is this disconnect between the spirit of D&D and what we're seeing. And honestly, I don't think that's a bad thing because I don't think a lot of people have the spirit of D&D like a player does, like someone who plays D&D a lot. I think for 90% of people who are watching Critical Role who just don't play D&D but love watching these people play D&D, it is going to be perfect and it's going to be awesome and it's going to feel even better than it has before.
I have to interrupt quickly because you reminded me of the best YouTube show ever that got more and more production, and I wish it would still be going on. And it's called Spell Slingers.
Oh,
It's
dude,
where
it was
Geek
so
and
good.
Sundry
Love it.
pick
Love
Day
it.
9 and
Oh,
they
it was
play
So good.
Magic.
So good.
Wait,
My favorite
it's
episode to this
Hemsworth?
day, Spell Slingers with Jesse
Carl.
Cox,
Oh yeah.
is still one of the best episodes of Spell Slingers. I just love it. It's so good.
So fucking good. I see,
really
the
wish
thing
that
is,
was
I
still
don't even
happening.
play Magic the Gathering, and I loved
That show is just so
show.
good.
It was so
I
good.
love seeing the interviews where like they'll cut to Jesse Cox and he's like, I don't really know what turning the card does, but like I did it. And you're like, what? It's great. It's so fun. It's stupid. They don't take it seriously. It feels like you're playing Magic the Gathering with friends that you like instead of going to a game shop where you're playing with friends you don't
Oh
like.
my god, dude!
You know?
I love. This past weekend we went to a Bigfoot festival, and on our way there, we stopped by this nerd store, right? And they almost only do casual Commander Friday night magics,
Oof.
which is great news because that is the most like casual, relaxed setting you could possibly have. They're not doing drafts. They're not doing.
Okay.
They're
Gotta
having
be
their first
careful
prelims.
though.
You can.
Some
okay.
commander people can make your life
Are crazy,
miserable.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
They're
I know.
this-
I'm
this-
just saying
it's only
that-
it has to take 5 steps to be like to get a guaranteed win.
Like I'm a terrible person to play commander with. Just putting it out. I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm not.
know.
I already know
saying
that.
Mr. Optimal.
I'm not
I wonder
optimal.
why.
No. Not the problem is I'm not optimal, but the mechanics that I find fun, nobody else finds fun. Like
Okay, so
that's-
you're not optimal, bud. You're not optimal for fun.
no, I'm not optimal for fun. My favorite deck is Mishra Artificer's Prodigy, where I manipulate the stack such that I get to counter most other people's abilities and get to play double of mine. And
Garbage.
it's It is 100% garbage. The fact that you can manipulate the stack like that is absolute rage. But I love interesting mechanics, so it's very interesting mechanic. And here's the thing, it's a terrible deck. Like if you played against like a person who really spent some time, you could put like 3 to 4 cards in your deck and I'd never win a game of Commander again. But like if you don't have those 3 to 4 cards, I get to make like
fun.
Yeah,
I'm having fun.
I'm going to do some crazy stuff on turn 5, and it's going to be nonsense.
I'm going to do some weird shit.
I'm convinced that like the best way to play Magic the Gathering is just the pre-made commander decks that are made to fight each other.
Agreed.
That sounds
The
pretty
Lord of the
cool.
Rings set.
Yeah.
I think for most people, that is the way. 95% of the time, with some caveats, because there are some pre-mades where they mess up the scaling. But for most cases, those are the best way to play it. Like just pre-made. This is why I really like Keyforge. Keyforge has some weirdness to it, and so obviously you have some outliers. But Keyforge, they're automatedly unique decks with unique mechanics, but every deck is unique, and you play the deck. You don't play individual cards. So you buy a deck as a whole, and that deck is unique. No other deck has exactly the same set of cards. And you get to play that deck against the other decks. And some decks are stronger and some decks are weaker, but generally on a bell curve, most of you are playing within a few percentage points of each other. And you would have to play 100 times to know which one is actually
the best.
Stronger. And most of the time you'd still be like within a few wins of each other. Unless you play optimally and the other person played. Like it really turns down to, do you play your deck better than they play their deck? And it feels a little bit nicer, and there's a lot of cool, interesting mechanics, but yeah.
So that's the whole outrage around
Critical
Campaign
Role
4 coming out. Honestly,
Dude.
guys, I'm going to tell you right now, there's 2 things I'm going to tell you. 1, you need to be listening to Worlds Beyond Number. It's the only D&D podcast that I will ever suggest to you. I will not tell you anything else. Just listen to Worlds Beyond Number. Bradley Mulligan is one of the best DMs that we have ever had on any form of filmed product. Period. 1. 2. Are you guys watching Alien Earth?
No, I've never heard of it.
Oh my. Okay. It's fine. It's fine. Do you guys know about the Alien franchise?
Yes.
You're talking about the Alien franchise that everybody should know about, right?
Yes.
Oh,
yeah. The movies. The
Fuck
movies.
with me, Anthony.
No,
movie
that was a
with the
serious
xenomorph,
question,
with the
because when you said
the large
Alien
weird-looking
Earth-
black alien
I thought you were talking about something. The show?
that opens.
Yeah, there's
out,
a
that
show
shoots a
now.
thing. Yeah, just released a show. It's on Hulu.
It's got good scores.
It's really good, guys. It's
Yikes.
How much
good.
knowledge do you need to have just in general?
None. I can tell you right now what you need to know. Okay, so
I've seen all of them. I was just
You've seen all
curious
of them.
whether or not it
Anthony,
like follows something or not.
yeah, it does. It does. I'll let you know.
I've seen Alien versus Predator.
Okay.
I've seen probably some of Alien because there's a lot of memories about it. I just don't
Okay.
know how much I've seen.
you've
I've seen
seen the- you've
Prometheus,
seen
which is
the-
definitely
Oh,
Alien.
Perfect. Okay. Perfect. Okay. It just happens. It's the introduction of the engineers, who are the beings that have created this bioweapon, right? Also,
they're like the
people
blue
who have
guys.
created man, right?
Yeah.
We have the engineers. We have the xenomorphs, which are a product of the goo creating a what is it? Hybridized monster, pretty much. That's what eventually becomes that big black alien. And then we have Wayland Corp, right? Which is the company that sends that ship out into space to go ahead and figure out what's going on. Basically trying to find out what's the beginning of the universe.
David made that.
David didn't make the black goo. You know what, Anthony? Get the
You mean
fuck out.
Tony? You mean Tony?
You know what,
I was about
Tony?
to say
Shut the fuck
that's Tony.
Okay. So apologies. David made the actual xenomorph, the one that we know of that is popularized. But they don't know who David is. Fuck.
Is David the AI?
David is not the AI. The mother is the AI. So the synthetic that you're talking about from Prometheus, the one who is played by David Fassbender, that's David. David is the original architect of what we know as the xenomorph. We're already way off topic. So now that I've answered your question, we're going to come back. Enough. Okay, so Prometheus happens whenever Wayland Corp is still around, right? Alien Earth happens sometime after, where Wayland Corp has been co-opted by Wayland Corp and Yutani Industries. That's how we know of Wayland Yutani. That's what you hear about in the other movies as you go forward, right? This is actually the first documentation of where the transition happens within the timeline. So we're taking place at a time where Wayland Yutani has recently merged. Okay. Wayland Yutani sends out a ship into the dark after Prometheus to bring back R&D material, pretty much. They come back with 5 species, right? On the way back, shit goes bad, and it crashes into Earth. Not only on the plane, not only on the ship are the xenomorph eggs, but also 4 other aliens.
No way.
Yeah, dude. So these some of these aliens stay within containment. Some of these aliens don't. The first 2 episodes are people dealing with what has been released and what hasn't been released. Third episode is them being like, oh, let's just take these and put them on an island and look at them and experiment with them. I've generally summarized what the series is right now out of those 3. Honestly, dude, it's the best horror content I've gotten, like, in a while.
Really?
It's so creepy. It's so, and like, the way that they have portrayed the alien in this one is like top notch. Like, they nailed it. Like, the sudden violence, the actual, like, the agility and like lethality of this thing, really well done. The big tie-in here is that our main characters are synth human hybrids. They're synth bodies with children minds uploaded into them. Child minds.
What?
Yes.
Weird.
Yes. So you have these like 5 to 8-year-old children who are in these supercomputer holding superhuman AI bodies. Sorry, synthetic bodies.
Did you watch Alien Covenant? Because that's supposed to be the sequel to Prometheus.
Alien Romulus is the closest. It goes Prometheus, Alien Earth, which is where we're at now, and then Alien Romulus.
I think right after Alien, or right after Prometheus, is Alien Covenant.
Alien singular. Am I wrong? No.
This says Alien Covenant 2017, Ridley Scott.
2017. Yes. Okay. Here's the thing. They're not.
The original Alien is Alien.
They're not shown in order.
Oh no.
Yeah. So a lot of stuff is prequel and a lot of stuff is sequel. Okay. So the timeline is, and if I remember this right.
Well, dude, I think that Prometheus was like incredible because they sneakily tricked people into watching an Alien movie.
Oh yeah. I mean, like,
no one knew.
The warning signs were there. It was fucking Ridley Scott. Come on, man.
But I didn't know.
That's the big thing.
No, dude.
There was a freaking dude. I don't believe you.
I didn't know.
Anthony's right. Anthony's not right. Shut up. No,
that was how they tricked everybody. So after people watched that movie didn't just realize it, they were like, "Wait, is this part of Alien?" Like people were asking, like, "Is this Is this
No,
the same thing?
Tony. It goes Prometheus, Alien, and then Alien Earth. It doesn't go Alien Prometheus, Alien. Sorry, Prometheus, Alien, Romulus. Does it? Somebody look this up.
When you say
That is
Alien,
wrong.
I'm just thinking
I'm looking at the.
1979
I'm
Alien.
actually crashing out. Hold on one second.
Are you saying 1979 Alien comes after Prometheus?
Yes. 1979 Alien
Okay.
after Prometheus.
Okay, but then after Alien must be like Alien Covenant.
Here, I got the timeline
Right.
sitting in front of me right now. Okay, ready? So first is Alien is Prometheus. Oh, what Covenant is? Oh God, fuck, right?
Is it
Anthony.
before Alien?
God damn it, it is. Okay, so it goes Prometheus, Alien Covenant, Alien Earth.
Oh, interesting. When is the 1979 movie?
That comes after Alien Earth because
Okay.
Sigourney Weaver is on a Weyland-Yutani ship when she's out in space.
Wait, so Alien Earth is the prequelist prequel.
Prequel is prequel outside of Alien Covenant. Yes.
Okay.
No, Covenant is after
Well-
Prometheus.
This
Covenant
Because it occurs in 2105,
Prometheus,
2104.
Alien Covenant, it's Alien Earth is the closest prequel to Alien.
No, because Alien occurs in 2122, right
Yes.
after Alien Covenant.
Alien Earth happens in 2120.
No, it happens in 2092, according to this.
Just watch the show. It's amazing.
We're getting
According to
some
this-
information. We're
according
getting
to
more
this-
So,
information.
time
hold
out.
on, hold on.
No,
hold on, hold on,
we
hold
don't
on,
need more
hold on.
information.
Let's go ahead and get an actual reliable source. Let's get a reliable source to go ahead and figure out what's going on.
We,
I'm gonna go
We don't
to
need that.
IDN. Oh God, no! That's
More
that's
importantly-
worse. That's worse.
more importantly, okay, while y'all are watching Alien Earth and waiting from week to week for the shows to come out, and you get that itch to watch something of the same vein that is at least sci-fi, y'all gotta watch Murderbot.
Bro,
Okay.
I've read Murderbot. What are you talking about?
There's a book of them?
Bro, what are you
So wait, do
talking
you-
about?
So do you
on,
know
let me-
about like the what is it called? The what's the show?
The Murderbot Diaries?
No. There's a show.
Yeah, it's on Apple. For Murderbot.
Yeah.
Murderbot
Yeah,
Diaries.
the Murderbot Diaries. Yeah. Well, sorry, it's based on the books, the Murderbot Diaries, but all.
What is the no? But do you know about the rise and fall of Sanctuary Moon?
Oh, yes,
That's in the books.
yes, that's in the books.
Okay.
It's his favorite net show. Yeah.
yeah, it's insane. It's amazing. It's a soap opera that he's
I was like,
constantly
you
preferring
said-
to watch than like saving lives of humans.
You said it, and I was like,
It is
Sanctuary Moon. Why does that sound so familiar? Oh wait,
Eric. I never would have watched it, Eric, unless our cousin highly recommended that we watched it because I thought it looked like the dumbest thing ever. And I'm not gonna say it's as good as whatchamacallit, Ted Lasso. Ted Lasso's in a league of its own.
yeah.
But I was shocked at how good it was, and it is like the first ever sci-fi comedy I've ever seen that also has the action and sci-fi-ness, and it was just so great. It was just like good laughs, very short episodes, and the
It's
whole
got the
thing's out,
Northman
so
in
you
it.
can watch all of it.
It's
And
got the Northman in
also, the biggest
And
thing is it
Alexander
ends, dude.
Skarsgård.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, it ends, Eric. Season doesn't feel
Yeah.
like there's going to be a second season. There's no like big fingers. It's done. It's like it is a perfectly
self-contained.
just
Yeah.
self-contained, short little thing you could easily breeze through. It was delightful. Like
It was delightful.
we were pleasantly
That's good.
surprised at how good Murderbot was.
Well, you gotta watch Murderbot. You gotta watch Alien Earth, guys. It's really, minus the fact that the timeline might be a little confusing. I'm seeing 2120 everywhere, Eric. So
The first thing I saw just showed me a timeline. It said Alien Earth is approximately 2092. Prometheus is 2093. Alien Covenant 2104. Alien is 2122. Alien Romulus is 2142. Then Aliens at
happens
2179.
afterwards.
And then Alien 3 is 2179. And Alien Resurrection is 2381. There's a 200-year time skip for that one.
Yeah. Because she technically dies and comes back and is like brought back to life. Yeah.
That's
All
crazy.
right, while we are on the topic of things to watch,
Yes.
I watched F1 the movie. It is finally available to rent and stream.
I heard that's
And
a fucking riot to watch.
It was
in place.
so good, dude. And also, I watch F1. I regularly watch F1, right? Y'all know this very well.
Yeah.
It is so good in terms of accuracy that there's a point when there's a red flag, and all that matters is a red flag means nothing's happening right now because everyone has to stop racing. And I saw the timer say 2.5 minutes. We're going to be red for 2.5 more minutes. And I went, oh, great. I have enough time to pee. Wait a second, guys. I'm watching
is
a
a movie.
movie.
You're
It's
watching a
not
movie.
live race. And I was just like, holy.
That's funny.
They completely tricked me. And not only that, so the plot points are really good, but they're not only really good, they are realistic. Everything that happens, like Lewis Hamilton made sure that they were things that would have had to happen to end up
occurring.
Occurring. Yeah, you know, and it's just great. And a whole bunch of little things that I got to see while it was being produced, like little interviews with Brad Pitt where he got in trouble for having too much fun driving the cars because he actually drove them. And so they bring him into the pits and they'd be like, Brad, could you just like act for a little bit? Like you're just grinning as you're going around these corners and we need you to be serious.
we need you.
I don't know
We
what
need
you're
you to be
talking
serious.
about.
Stop having fun.
I am acting.
Stop having fun and play the game.
Not to be fair, I have my issues with Brad Pitt. Just from his general history in terms of just like everything kind of revolving around a flight that he had at one point in time with his kids. Just saying.
You know, it just reminds me of how like I think what's his name? Tom Cruise is batshit crazy, but his
God, he's
movies
absolutely insane.
his movies are great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Maybe that's what it takes.
Maybe that's what it takes.
yeah.
You got to be a little insane to be a good actor, right?
Oh my god.
I mean that's fair. That's fair.
Oh, I went to see Weapons as well, by the way.
Weapons.
It's
Is that a theater movie?
Really good. It's really good. Josh Brolin's in it. The girl from Ozark's in it. It's about the kids who run out of the classroom one day and they never come back. Horror movie. It's
Filmed
actually
in
pretty-
Atlanta.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. What else?
Crazy.
Yeah. I think hold on. Is that all I got? I think
Oh
that's
yeah,
all.
another little tidbit because Ash mentioned Hamilton in the F1 movie when they were editing, the final cut. Hamilton would have to approve everything, and he would tell them, "No, that's the wrong sound for that corner. Like the engine
Damn.
sound is
That's cool.
accurate for that corner at that track." He would be like, "That's actually this corner at this track,"
Wow.
and
What's
that's
the
awesome.
premise of the
made them fix it. The premise is just like old dude who never was, could have been the best, but some people think he could have been the best. Some people think what I can't remember what the words are. They say it in the
Overrated?
freaking movie. Yeah,
Come on,
right.
man.
They're like, oh, he never would have been good, right? Well, old guy comes in as the second driver to prevent a team from going under because they are performing horribly.
Okay.
So there's a big thing that a lot of people don't know about Formula One. You have your racers. Yes, you have the drivers' championship, but you actually have 2 championships every season. It's called the constructors' championship is the second one. There's the drivers and the constructors. Constructors is the teams. Each team has 2 racers, and they collectively earn points, and the top points team gets first place, and you get an insane amount of more money towards your team and for the next year than everybody else. But
Got
also
it.
at the same time, if you're first place, you get less R&D time on certain things like wind tunnel and track time, like in order to try to help everyone else catch back up to the guys that are on top. They balance those other things behind the scenes.
That's how they
So
drive
in the
industry and
movie-
innovation.
they have no points. And this actually happens in real life. If you ever go and watch F1's Drive to Survive, I got my mother-in-law watching it and she's enjoying it. Like, it is a great reality show. They call it a documentary. It's a reality show about real reality, okay? Because it is that crazy. F1 is that crazy. But there are plenty of seasons where teams have no points. And not too long ago, a team did so poorly 8 times in a row that their team, who's like the dad is named after. It's like Williams is the name of the team, and his daughter is running it, and they lost the team because they were doing so bad, right? And then this year, Williams, I don't know if they're still called Williams. They might be, but someone else owns them now. They're actually performing stupidly well sometimes, and it's kind of crazy. It's kind of insane. And typically you've got like the top dogs, like the top 3, top 4. Then you've got something of a middle pack, and then you've got the best of the rest, which is the people like down in the bottom.
The best.
So yeah, so in the movie, they're not scoring. They're about to lose. Everybody on the team is probably going to get fired. The driver, the young rookie who is up and coming, who could potentially be one of the best, is gonna potentially never race again. And that's actually just the crazy thing about F1 in general. Is that's what happens. Well, you will see a driver come up. There's a guy, Ricky Ricardo or Daniel Ricciardo. He might have been one of the best drivers ever, but he never had the timing right with like the right team car.
Gotcha.
Because in F1, everyone makes their own car.
Yeah.
So you might be the best driver, but if you don't have the best car, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, you can have the best hands, but unless you have the right wheel, it doesn't work.
Yeah. So it's a really great movie. I am gonna end up watching it multiple times.
Wow.
There's so many things that are happening that you just can't keep up with all of it, but it doesn't feel jarring or anything. It's just like at one point Ash was like, "Oh my God, it's Hamilton," and I was like, "Wait, what? I didn't see him." And she's like, "He was in the background." You know, I missed it. Like,
Not paying
just cool
attention.
stuff like that, not paying attention and whatnot. But it was a good movie. It's definitely the epitome of racing in a movie situations, and also just a good movie where like you don't have to like racing, I think, to enjoy that movie.
Okay.
It's a good movie.
Okay. I'll give it a shot.
Speaking of good, how do we feel about this whiskey?
I mean, I can go first.
Go ahead.
I said I could go first. I didn't say I wanted to.
I mean, I wrote it on my notes again.
First. I could go first. I feel pretty good about it, honestly.
Yum.
At first I was like, "Oh, this is very bright," and the more I drank it, I was like, "Oh yeah, you're very bright." But definitely a lot of dimension on the back half of the flavor palette. Sorry, the flavor.
Sorry, don't mean to interrupt. But by the way, we are drinking because we haven't actually said
what
it.
are we drinking?
I got it.
So
I got it. So we are drinking the Pinhook, the Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, which is 49% ABV. Eric, do you want to give us the details on this one?
yeah, so Pinhook, like their whole thing is that they're doing a lot of blends, honestly. So they're trying to blend and do interesting stuff. They're not doing high age bourbons yet. They're kind of doing low age bourbons, but there isn't a lot on them, honestly. So they have this thing on their website where their goal is not to do the exact same product year after year.
Huh.
So they actually change each year's bourbon blend to be unique.
Oh.
And so every blend of this might taste different. So who knows? we'll go over some of our tasting notes here, but yeah, they're trying to create unique blends with every barrel, it sounds like. So,
Well, my thoughts,
pretty
right?
interesting.
I have to speak my
Yeah.
feelings.
Yeah.
Very well.
Of course. That's what we're here for.
Yeah. Very interesting flavor palette. It says banana. I thought I caught it. I don't know if I did. I do get the hazelnut. The red apple is very prominent off the bat. There's a lot of bright fruit flavor at the very top of the entire flavor. And yeah, I enjoyed this a lot. I didn't know that it would be as sweet as I thought as it came off as, and I will say that I now have a bit of a sugar headache. So there is that. But overall, I'm feeling pretty good with this one. I would give it. Are we? Wait.
Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
I
Yeah,
would give this I'd give this a 4.5 because this is almost a daily drinker for me in terms of just like being almost being like special, if that makes sense. Like, I hate to say that about like a bourbon that I enjoy. It makes me feel as if I'm talking to a child that I had, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's almost special. But it is special enough to be like tasty. But I feel that for me, I'm gonna need something that doesn't hit me so hard on the bright part of the flavor palette, and also it's just really sugary. I think I might also already have a headache from previously, and it's just accentuating that. So I'm gonna have to probably come back to this one. I would buy this for 45, maybe $30, and I would not daily drink this.
Not daily drink this. Okay.
Yeah.
So Anthony,
A
how
high
do you
score
feel
for
about
not
this
daily
one?
drinking.
I know, that's very interesting.
I
Very interesting.
know.
So I'm a little concerned that my glass might not have been fully clean, because it didn't smell right when I first sniffed it, and our dishwasher has been struggling. Though I think it might be because of the pods that we use. So maybe don't use pods, people, because sometimes they don't dissolve, and
Yeah.
I think they might clog things up. So didn't get too much smell, but the taste was good and it was sweet. I couldn't identify anything specific. It went down smoothly and had a good like viscosity or mouthfeel. And it was just a nice, pleasant finish. So nothing spectacular, but nothing bad. So I was just going to give it a standard 3 out of 10, and I'd pay $30 for it. Like it didn't blow me away, but it didn't make me sad or annoyed or it wasn't tasty weirdy.
Tasty weirdy?
Anything. Tasty weirdy, it didn't tasty weirdy.
Okay.
Yeah, this one sits in like this weird, interesting middle ground for sure for me. It like you said, it has this huge apple wood note right out of the gate. It kind of settles into this mixture of creamy vanilla, banana fruitiness, kind of like creamy but fruity. It's very interesting. That's kind of the middle of it. And then it kind of just tapers. It doesn't have a lot of burn, not a lot of acetone here.
No.
It's got like this, it's not bad. It's kind of just a fun little
I love how
try
we're all
on
like-
whiskey.
like, this thing's okay.
Yeah, I think the thing that it's missing for me is it's a little bit too harsh on that apple bitterness right out of the gate. It has this kind of tannin-esque fruitiness to it that isn't quite where I would want it to be. I would like it to transition a little bit quicker into darker flavor tones in the middle, like bring out more of the vanilla and caramel
some
type of
chocolate would be
notes
nice,
in the
too.
middle, like chocolate. Yeah, that type of thing would be really nice. But yeah, there's really nothing inherently bad about this whiskey. It's a nice, easy drink. It's very approachable. I think that's typical of blended whiskeys, to be honest. So really, for me, this, like Anthony said, I think this sits at a nice 3. If this were in front of me, I drink it. I drink it with stuff. It doesn't have anything that like blows me out of the water, but there's also nothing that I dislike about it. So for
Love to have
me,
a
it's
mixed
really
drink
just
with
about the price point, where I would want to see this at the $30 price point to really be approachable. And it looks like
Oh no.
it's
That face.
it's a little weird because they do different things every year. It looks like from their site, you can get this for $42.99,
Had a feeling.
which I think is not a bad price for it, but you're getting really close to
Very ranch.
some really good stuff at that $50 price range that I think just blows this out of the water, and it has something special to it. And so, especially for a blended whiskey that's not a high age statement, that they're kind of just making on a yearly basis out of probably 4-year bourbons, I would really want to see push this down. If they can make this thing $35
Yeah. It'd kill.
You know what? No, it's worth it. You know why it's worth it?
What?
Why?
This is a very specific whiskey. This is we really need to have a conversation whiskey. By a conversation, I mean the whiskey is not going to interrupt the very serious talk you got to have, okay? Because it's good, it's not bothersome, it doesn't distract you, you don't need to talk about it, but you get to talk about, dude, you gotta, the thing, dude, stop doing that, you gotta do this. Otherwise, everything's gonna fall apart, it's for that conversation.
I see.
With your dude who's
It is a very
you know?
non-invasive, like, palate, for sure.
Very non-invasive bourbon, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Which is part of its selling point. Like, honestly, this is a whiskey where if I saw it at a restaurant with a meal and it was like a pour was under $10 or something, I would choose this over them marking up Buffalo Trace for $15,
Yeah.
So, and that's where I think it would be good, because
Guys.
that's the way.
Sorry, story time. So there's this Thai place that recently opened by us, and they've got sushi, right? Super exciting because good Asian food around here is hard to find. But this dude
Fair.
brought them in. They already know their stuff. They've been working at a different restaurant, so they come in. We go there. We get the sushi boat. It was pretty dang good. Honestly, the best salmon I've
Sushi
ever
boat.
had at a sushi place,
Nice.
which was surprising. It was like Otoro's. And then next day we had to do a vet appointment, so we ordered some takeout from there.
Oh my
and then
God.
next day we did the Bigfoot festival, and on our way back we stopped by to take out some more. Okay, 3 days in a row. While we're sitting there, because the ticket didn't go through right away or something like that, so we had to wait for our to-go order. And it was like right when they opened, basically, so it was kind of understandable.
You just showed up. You're like, hey,
yeah,
by the
so-
way, you guys
yeah.
are serving yet?
They already had someone sitting down and eating, though, so I didn't feel too bad. They already had a table, which great news for them. But we're sitting at the bar, and I'm trying to order some sushi while my wife is in the restaurant, because I'm like, might as well snack on some nigiri while we're sitting here, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm
for
looking
sure.
at the menu. It's not even a menu. It was like I guess it was an advertisement that someone gave for this like sake distributor. And it had, Otoro, so fatty tuna on it. And, oh man, what is the thing that looks like a weird tongue? I can't remember what it's called.
Uni. Uni?
Yeah, I think it's uni, right? And there's
Sea urchin?
Like the bright yellow?
Yeah, sea urchin. Yeah. And I was like, okay, these are the real tests. I gotta order those. So I asked
Uni is a
her
real test.
for 2 of each. And she goes, we don't serve those. They're like, what? She's like, yeah, people around here don't know how to eat sushi, so we couldn't
Oh my God.
possibly order those because they wouldn't. long enough because no one would order them.
No one would
and
order
it would
them.
be horrible.
That's
I
fair.
was like, oh, that sucks. Okay, I'll get 2 orders of salmon. I was like, dang it.
I like how she was like subtly savage to everybody. She was like, "Yeah, people around here, they're not you.
They're not you.
They're not going to do
That's what
that."
she was saying. Yeah,
That's
they probably
crazy.
noticed right away because, like, as typical in an area like this, when you sit down, they gave us forks and chopsticks. We
Oh my
never
God.
touched
Yeah.
the forks, of course. Which maybe they noticed.
you're not
I don't know.
supposed to
Well, if
touch
you're
the
only, I
chopsticks
was about to
either.
say, you're not supposed to touch the chopsticks either if you're doing.
You're doing it by hand, bro.
Yeah, you got to feel the
You're not
texture.
wrong.
The
The
nigiri needs to
feel
be
is
upside
part
down
of
when
the
it touches your tongue,
experience.
bro. You better get that.
You're not
meat on
wrong,
your
but
tongue.
how are you gonna eat the crab salad with all the goopy goop on it?
No, not everything.
Not
Some of the stuff. Yeah.
When the sushi comes out and the giri comes out,
Dude.
that's hands, buddy.
So I want to call this like Southeastern Asian something. Okay, there's something that happened in maybe the South in general where you're not allowed to make small portions. Okay? Because people get mad. So
Don't
when
validate
you
him.
take- When you take a slice of nigiri from these people, the salmon is huge, dude. It is like twice as big as it's supposed to be. Nuts.
Wait, so like when you get the cut of salmon from this place, is it like otoro? Is it the belly cut?
That's what I
Probably
was,
not,
dude,
because it'd be too
it
expensive
felt-
to
it'd be
order it, and it wouldn't
crazy
keep it.
It melted in my mouth, dude. Like
Well, salmon is supposed to. Like that's a fat fish.
it
Yeah.
was, I don't know. It was like the best salmon I've had. So when you take an Asian restaurant that is Thai, Chinese, Japanese, whatever it is, it's not just sushi, right? It's an Asian restaurant plus sushi. I feel like that's a subsidiary.
Yeah.
They are better than average. That's what they are. They're a Thai place that does
But they
sushi.
does sushi. I see. I
You know,
see.
and so for a place like that, their sushi is better than average, and their Thai is really dang good. Their massaman curry, oh my god, I want it now. That I'm thinking.
So-
That'll do it. That'll
That's
do it.
fine.
That's how you know it's good. Y'all, I want to say this just one more time before we move on because I also want to cover one last thing. I had gold tooth Tonys.
What's that?
About 2 weeks ago. Have I told you about the gold tooth Tonys?
Hold on,
I
let us
don't know what
guess.
that
Let's
is.
guess what cuisine this is. I
Gold
want it
tooth-
to be.
Oh, wait,
Asian
wait,
pizza.
before that,
Asian
this
pizza
is-
fusion.
Wait, let me think about this. Gold tooth Tonys.
Gold tooth Tonys.
So
Apparently I'm
Tony,
wrong.
an Italian name in general. We got the
Yes.
Antonio the reference here.
Eric, just
So-
make the guess. Fuck.
Dude, before he guesses,
probably
we saw
looking
the
at
best
Italian.
Italian named restaurant in the
Gold
world, and it's just
tooth.
called Pepperoni's.
Oh, dude, that's a pizza place
Pepperoni's.
here.
Gold
That's a good name.
That's a really
right?
good name. Yeah.
I'm gonna
Pepperoni.
guess
Yeah.
it is a Bahama-esque Italian food.
I'm sorry, what is Bahama food?
Because they got gold teeth. I was going the pirate angle.
hate
Okay,
you so much.
I was going the pirate angle. So I'm
Sorry, does that even exist?
whoa.
Bahama?
It's the pirate because the Bahama food. Yeah.
Bahama food?
Yeah, they have
You
the
mean like
entire
Utica and
cuisine.
Key West?
Just so dumb.
No, wait, in the Bahamas.
That's so pretty.
No, you're absolutely
Bahamian
right, Eric.
cuisine
You're so-
is
you're
the vibrant
absolutely
blend
right.
of
Wait, it's that?
African,
Is it
European,
that?
and
It's not-
Oh, come
No.
on. I thought I did it. I thought I did
It
it.
is it's a Sicilian pizza.
Not like her.
joint.
No. There's a difference, Ash. But don't lump in one whole ethnic
my-
food style
Yeah,
into
right? Yeah,
a
tell her,
region.
Eric. Yeah, tell her.
Bahama
tell her about my
food.
culture, Eric. Tell her about my culture.
No. Not Jamaican food. Bahama food.
It's true. There's a difference. Oh god. Okay, yeah, but I had oh man, I had the best Sicilian pizza again. Guys, it costs too much money but it tastes so good. It's
How much was the pizza?
About food. It's like $30 to pick it up. and it's
For one?
four pieces of pizza, guys. It's
That's a
four
personal
pieces about
size.
that big.
That's
And
not worth.
dude, Anthony. Oh my god, it's so good. Anthony's like, no.
No.
But I also wanted to go ahead and talk about because one, I'll try and bring the pizza next time I see you guys. I had to turn on all the lights, and I didn't want you guys to hear my secret word that I have with Alexa. Anyway,
Your safe word, you mean?
shut up. Anyway,
Alexa, stop.
Alexa, stop.
Pineapples.
Did y'all see all that Silksong got announced? Right?
They have a date? They have a
Yeah,
date?
it's September 4th. It's like next month.
Wait, like a week?
Yes.
That's
You
crazy.
didn't know that, Eric? Come on.
I didn't see
dude.
it. I didn't see it.
Oh, Hollow Knight?
Yeah, dude. Silksong's coming out like next week.
Oh my goodness. That's
Yeah, dude.
crazy that they dropped it like that.
Yeah, there's a lot of games that are now actually pulling out of their release dates because they're like, we can't allocate for the freak that is Hollow Knight Silksong. We're just gonna hold our
days.
game until people will actually pay.
Oh yeah.
us.
Yeah. No.
Wait, did y'all hear that, like, Sony might have made the biggest mistake in, like, television movie making history by selling K-pop Demon Hunters to Netflix
Shit.
because they
That's
thought it
crazy.
wouldn't do well.
That's
And
crazy.
it's like,
It's like the highest selling freaking movie
of all
this
time,
entire
like,
year,
yeah.
if not like
It's
on their platform. Are you
Sony,
serious? Sony
Please
sold?
tell me you've seen
That's
K-pop
wild.
Demon Hunters, dude. It's
Of course.
so great.
Bro. How
It's-
disappointing. Who would have thought that the company called Netflix would
Ash
be so
is in the chat. She has advice for everybody, and her advice is do not work out to their soundtrack because you
Why?
will
So-
kill yourself
You'll
and not be
die.
able to walk.
I hate it because it's good.
I hate it because it's good.
You worked
Yeah.
out too hard.
That checks out.
Eric, did you watch it yet?
I haven't
Eric,
seen
did
it
you
yet.
see it?
I haven't seen it
Aw,
yet. This
dude.
I know.
You're
I
the
know.
only
It is.
person we needed to see it.
Look, we were on a bender this week of rewatching Stranger Things for
Wait. Oh, is it out?
no, but it's about to be out, so we wanted to watch it again before it came out. So we are now in the last season. We went through 3
Y'all going
seasons.
too fast, bro. Y'all are gonna have too much of gap. Y'all gonna have to rewatch it again.
You can have a month.
We have to watch K-pop Demon Hunters in between. You're like, look, guys.
I mean, it's just
But,
a movie. It takes like no
know.
time at all, bro.
I know, but yeah, that is something that's on our watch list. So right after we finish Stranger Things, we'll probably sit down and watch that.
Okay.
But
Okay. Sure. I guess
it is
so.
coming out in like November.
Okay.
We wanted to
is
get it
wild.
before Ash.
That is the funniest thing I've ever heard. I've never heard anybody like super proactively rewatching a show like 2 to 3 months before it actually comes out.
Oh my god.
Why? Well,
No, I've seen that. I've done that before.
Yeah.
Whenever like an
I
audiobook's
feel
about
like
to
you
come out,
rewatch it too soon.
Eric,
What?
Strength of the Few comes out soon.
Strength of the Few.
The Will of the Many, Strength of the Few.
What is that?
It's like the sleeper hit of last year when it came to books. Did you listen to this? Did you watch The Will of the
No.
Many? Did you listen to The Will of the Many? Okay.
By James Islington.
Yes.
Islington?
Anthony, this book slaps. Real good. Definitely worth adding to your list of books that you want
Nah.
to attempt to watch. Oh, sorry, read.
I have to finish Wind and Truth. I'm like halfway.
Bro.
My father-in-law already
I have no
read it all.
Anthony isn't going to read anything but the Stormlight Archive for like 10 years.
That's fair.
Yeah,
He does have to get through all of it. What are you on?
I'm
You've
decently
read-
far. I'm on Oath.
You
Where
have
are you
like
in
25
Oathbringer?
books to
Oathbringer.
read.
No, but you said Stormlight Archives. Okay, that's.
It's different.
The
It's different.
Ash,
happened?
shut
Tell
your
us.
ear holes. Because Ash just finished book 2, so she's now on Lift's story.
Words of Radiance.
Yeah, she
What a
just found
good
out that
time.
Yesna is actually not dead, which she never thought that she was dead.
Yasna.
Yasna. Dude, I am,
Yasna.
once again, just like in book 1, so disappointed in Shalon. Like, she
Bro.
is crazy, dude. She is absolutely nuts. Is so unhinged. She is constantly making mistakes. She's a classic character that's just like, if you would just tell Yasna more details that you're like, she could never find about this. Why not? Dude, you've done a great job. She'd praise you. She'd put you to work, but no. And also, she's like methodologically?
I'll be right back.
Well,
She's making
did you
herself tripolar.
do you know what she has?
I know that she did something on to her mom. Ash, my finger's up for how long you should keep your mouth or your ears closed. Okay, Ash, just believe. I know that you know, she hurt her mom and she's really upset about that. I know because of what other people have said that she's supposed to have something, but I actually haven't seen her have it in the books.
Okay.
Like, I think she has 2 shard blades, but I've only seen pattern as a shard blade. Actually, wait a second. No, wait, we did see her shard. Wait a second. Didn't she use a shard blade before pattern became a shard blade? Oh, shoot. So I guess I've seen it, but we haven't really addressed it. You know? And that's got to be the weirdest thing about Oathbringer right now, is that so many things get just fast forwarded that I don't expect to get fast forwarded. Like, you know, Yasna's here. Let's skip a whole bunch of like sappy moments of people being like, oh my God, you're alive. And just briefly mention in one sentence and move on. You know, yeah, so a whole bunch of Bridge 4 fly now. You know, they're getting pretty good at it.
No big
But
deal.
let's just skip
Hey,
to that part, you know, like.
I think my favorite like moment
Nuts.
like that is when oh my gosh, what's his name?
Sigil.
Oh, no.
Open.
Yes. My favorite thing is when Lopin's like, I got an arm now.
Wait,
That's it's crazy.
dude, when his jokes go from one-armed, what do you do, like, with a 2-armed Cardassians or something?
Yes. Yes.
He's like, well, it's 2 people. It's not the guy with 2 arms.
Yeah. He's so good. That character is fire.
Lopin's
He
the
is-
best. Dude, when he's talking to the Earth and letting the Earth know that he won't leave her forever, like, it's just going to be temporary. Like,
man.
she's his first love. Like, I'm not
He's so good. He's so good.
freaking hilarious. I also love that, like, his cousins very quickly became, I don't know what they call them, basically squires. Like, they were able to
Yep.
suck in Stormlight real quick. So,
Pretty much immediately. They were like
Yeah.
in almost every Herdazian is just like so perfectly written. Like everyone that you meet, because you're gonna meet other ones too, and they're all just phenomenal characters in every way.
Are
they have good culture. They have good culture.
Yeah.
Do
Yep.
they? Do they?
I think so. What is this Deadlock that everyone's playing? I keep seeing it pop up on my Steam
It's
Friends
the,
notification.
It's the Steam Battle Royale hero. It's the Marvel Rivals
cool.
for Steam. With like a league tower defense kind of vibe.
Yeah.
I played it for like a
Interesting.
bit with Jason,
Jason.
and I immediately hated it. So, you know.
Hmm.
That's
You
how
immediately hate, like, most games.
Yeah, I know. It's wild
That are
how that
multiplayer.
happens, huh?
The
I mean, you still probably hate Marvel Rivals.
I kind of hate it. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
It's one of those things where like I just don't have enough time to like put into it. So like I hate it because I never get I'm never getting good enough to like constitute playing it for a very long time. Miffy! Miffington! You come here, this is...
Guys, I want to provide us with a potential sneak peek to next week's hot topic.
Oh.
Okay.
I might have mentioned this to you guys last week, but Gamers Nexus came out with a like 3 to 4 hour long video on YouTube about the NVIDIA GPU black market in China.
Oh.
Oh yeah,
And
I remember your post about that.
it was extensive. And just the other day, that video got taken down due to copyright strike abuse by Bloomberg.
Oh, wow.
Oh, what weird.
Oh, wow.
And so unless Bloomberg files a lawsuit in the next like 7 to 8 days, 10 days total, but 7 to 8 days from now, the video will come back online. But of course, by then, it has been completely buried, you know, and so it will take the
That's
media,
crazy.
people like us, and rewatching it and talking about it and getting it into people's minds to like
talking about it.
to see it, because it's interesting. And the funny thing is, the guy at Gamers Nexus, he's been on Bloomberg's like podcast before. He's made them money.
That's crazy.
Wow.
And so it's like, it's very sus. Like, well, why did they do this?
That
You
is
know.
very weird.
Yeah. And of
Very
course, it's just,
weird.
it's so scummy. It's a thing that is stupid about YouTube, where you can just, apparently if you get 3 copyright strikes, they just delete your channel.
Oh, yeah. No, that's been a thing.
Yeah. And
I will
so
say-
they copyright struck him for using their footage of the president. So they're
Yep.
trying to set a precedent that you can't quote the president that someone else recorded, which it's completely completely legal under fair use. But the idea that they think it's not is just absolutely insane.
That's wild. That's wild. That's wild. I will say this week, I saw probably the best YouTube video that I've seen outside of like Settled's videos. And that is, if you look up Ish, like Minecraft, you'll find his channel. His channel is just Ish, at Ish. He released a video the recently. It was a month ago now, but he took 1,000 players and split them into 2 islands. One rich island that has all the resources, and one that is a barren wasteland. Kept them separated and performed a social experiment over the course of like 2 weeks. And how the storylines go, I kid you not, it turns into Game of Thrones. And you have like factions and people you're rooting for and storylines. And this guy Ish edited it in such a way that it is so entertaining and cool to watch. And it literally turns into a 2.5 hour movie that feels spectacular. It is the best thing I've seen on YouTube this year. By such a wide margin, it's not even close. It is what I love about YouTube. Like, it is crazy. Well worth watching. I didn't know about it until I saw Ludwig start reviewing it. And I was like, nope, I got to turn that off. I can't watch him review it. I need to watch the entire thing. Yep. And I watched it, and it is the craziest, coolest. It's got heartwarming moments. It's got redemption arcs. It has like overthrowing individual governments. It has espionage. It has a mafia. Like everything, guys. It is so cool. It is such a fun watch. Coolest YouTube video of the year.
I will do so.
Yeah, coolest YouTube video of the year. I
still really haven't played Minecraft.
You don't even have to. Here's the thing. You don't have to play a second of Minecraft to understand or enjoy this video. It is so. It's more about the social aspect of the civilizations, and Minecraft is just how they played it out. But that none of the video really has to do with Minecraft specific things.
The video is called 1,000 Players Simulate Civilization. Rich
and poor. Yeah. It got 15 million views over the course of this past month, and it has shot his channel like 500 plus thousand subscribers. It has been his most successful video,
Easy.
and it's just such a well done video, like crazy. But yeah,
I
that's
feel like Minecraft I've ever really wanted to play was the Pokemon one.
The
Yeah.
Minecraft Pokemon.
There's a
I
mod
feel like-
for like Pokemon Minecraft. But then I just want to play Power World.
Yeah. I feel like if you're doing a specific thing in Minecraft, there's like games that have done that specific thing better, but I do feel like nothing does a better job at like these large scale servers and stuff like that, if done in this way, would be so cool to be a part of, but they're so intensive and you have to spend so much effort over the course of like some period of time. It's one of the things like what's the server for Grand Theft Auto that they did?
Oh, I don't remember.
For the RP stuff.
Yeah, it's like the RP Grand Theft Auto server.
Yeah, and you literally have to like if you want to become a cop, you got to go through training and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
It's like those types of things in Minecraft in the same way are really, really cool. But the amount of effort you have to put in, like, unfortunately, I just don't have the time to be able to put the effort in to get the reward. I can see their value and just respect that at my point in life right now, I just don't get to experience that, which is unfortunate. But I do think there's a lot of cool stuff with that kind of thing. But yeah, that video is insane. Insanely cool. Such a cool video. Speaking of YouTube video, you talking about the YouTube stuff reminded me of that.
Learning by 30 days and then immediately after
Dude.
Minecraft. Interesting.
So, you know, what reminds me of Minecraft is RuneScape. And this week
Oh,
I played
God.
so much RuneScape.
Me too. Me too.
I got my tackle box and my fish barrel from Temperos, which was super satisfying.
So nice. So is it the
Yeah.
fishing barrel? God, just farming Caramons with a fishing barrel is the most satisfying thing
It
ever.
will be. I'm not there yet. Or I don't know if I might have the level for it, but I haven't started fishing carom ones yet.
Oh,
Did
yeah. They're so useful.
I did get my second piece of graceful gear. I unlocked the werewolf area
Hell
so that
yeah.
I could go and get a bunch of marks of grace by doing agility courses on the
the
rooftops
Canifis
of-
agility course is one of the best for
Canifis.
marks of grace.
I was raking them in. Like I was getting so many. I actually got like 60 and I only spent 40 on a cape because I can wear the cape while I'm wearing my my trawler's outfit for fishing. And
Yeah.
then was it last night? It might have been last night I unlocked the rogue's outfit. So now I can be a super thief and like get double steals and stuff like that.
Double steals. Triple
So
steals.
nice.
Pretty
My
cool, yeah.
my adventure, because last week I talked a little bit about it, that I was close to finishing recipes for disaster, and yeah, I thought I was,
Lies.
but I did not know that once you beat all of the recipes for disaster, you have to go in and fight a boss. And when you press on the portal to fight the boss, there are requirements that you need to get to go into the portal that are not listed anywhere. And so this week has been a large scale undergoing of doing the prep work for all of those requirements. But now I can finally say that I have a plan, and after three more quests I gotta do, I will finally be able to go in and fight the Culinomancer and get my Barrow's gloves, which are like the second best gloves in the game, which will be super exciting. And it's the end of it is a boss rush of like 6 to 8 bosses, which will be intense.
Indeed.
But exciting stuff.
Meanwhile, I'm just bashing people over the head with my blackjack to steal from them, or
Come
running
on.
up and down a pyramid to get my agility.
To be fair, that's good stuff to do, especially for money, because I am tight on money right now. I had I had 1 million at one point, but now I'm down to my last 100K, going back and forth between like 100 and 300K depending on the day. So
I'm already at like 350K and I started at like 30.
yeah, it doesn't take
Agility
long.
Pyramid very recent.
The agility pyramid nets you like 100, even at level 50, it nets you like 100K an hour or something like that.
Jesus.
And if you're a little bit lucky, it'll net you a little bit more. So it's
Wish
good.
I could do an agility route and get 100K from it.
You could get there.
That would be cool. Yeah, just
I
go
mean,
to a
like, in real
Spartan
life
race
or
and make
whatever.
money.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Instead of
That would be
paying
pretty
them,
dope.
you make
they pay
Exactly.
you.
They pay me to run it. Fucking bullshit. That's what I
The,
that would be
want.
really cool.
but yeah, RuneScape continues to be such a just wonderful side game for everything. And now I, of course, am getting to all of these crazy things. Like I'm close to doing Perilous Moons. I'm doing Barrows runs. I'm doing Desert Treasure 1 and these big, huge quests that are like intense and like mysterious. And they're like bringing in, like, Desert Treasure starts to all of these little things you've done in little quests that didn't seem like they meant things are starting to come together in big ways in these conspiracies and groups and factions all doing crazy stuff. And it's all just huge stuff is happening. And every quest, all the big quests now have like boss fights and craziness happening at the end of them. So it's just getting to such a cool pop off moment where I feel my character moving into like from the early game into like a true mid game to the start of late game. And like that's very generically just like my character can do master and legendary quests now and is starting to do these big quests that are reshaping the world even more than the early quests were. And I already felt like they were doing a lot. So it's cool. It's cool. It's just such a satisfying game of just everything feels so cool when you unlock it or do the next thing or set stuff up. Like it's
It is
so
surprisingly
satisfying.
good because, like, even though I'm not big on lore and story stuff, I do recognize and notice the goodness of RuneScape's quests and story. But it is really instantly satisfying the amount of satisfaction that comes with knowing that every little thing you do counts.
Every bit
Nothing
counts.
you do gets, nothing you do is pointless.
Yeah,
Like-
literally everything you do in the game, every single click that you perform permanently increases something for your account, which is just crazy. And like the little tidbits are insane. I think I mentioned this a long time ago when I first restarted old school RuneScape on the podcast. But one of the coolest things is like you get to raise a cat and you get to have a cat follow you around, and everybody has a cat.
That's the coolest
Right.
part.
And well, it's cool in the sense that you can take this cat, raise them, and then go to this area in the game and trade them in for 200 death runes. And it's
Now, before your imagination gets ahead of you, because mine did, you don't get death runes because the cat's dead. Okay? The cat is used by civilians of the city to fight the mice because there's so many mice. So the cats that live in a good life, okay?
Yeah.
They just happen to have death runes.
Yeah, well, and that's the interesting part. It's really cool how this world just does that and doesn't give you the context. But if you really think about it, you start to put the pieces together. This kingdom has a corrupt king. That corrupt king is working for an evil mage. That part of the city, in an underground facility, they're mining essence and turning it into death runes. Those death runes are getting released by different groups and factions into this other city. So all of these people just have death runes at a surplus, and they have no currency. They're a super poor town. And they don't have any way to buy or get goods from the outside world because they're locked in because of a fake plague that exists. But they think the plague's real, so they want to kill the rats. There's thousands and thousands of rats overrunning their city, and they have no way to deal with it. They only have death runes. One of the most expensive runes in the game that you can't normally get, because to get them, this Dark Lord has to do stuff and like be crazy to get them. That happens to be happening, and all these people have them but can't get them out of the town. But if you go in and trade them a cat to help them, they'll give you an insane amount of death runes, which is just such a cool little feature that has no explanation. Like, this stuff isn't explained like directly in the game. It's all just, you have to intuit it based on what's going on over the course of like 20 quests. And it just happens to work out, and it explains a mechanic that also just is a really cool, good mechanic to get death runes that are really expensive otherwise, right? Which is just really cool.
So another fun thing that I forgot about the game until I recently unlocked it is Rune Doku. So the game has Sudoku in it. And when you do it, you basically are unlocking a chest of runes that were given to this tradesman from another tradesman so he could sell runes. But he doesn't know how to open it, so you have to open it for him. And so it's kind of cute and satisfying to just be literally sitting there doing Sudoku, because if you haven't done Sudoku, it can be very just kind of fun in a weird way, because it's just like a problem solving thing, and it feels good when you get it right. But I actually don't know if it's worth doing. Eric, do you know if it's worth doing?
Not
hardcore Iron Man.
No, I mean, it's probably.
They say you do it instead of the wilds option for a certain type of rune, I think, because you could go to the wilds in like Mage Arena to get something more efficiently, but as a hardcore Iron Man, that's a bad idea.
Yeah, I just don't know if it's worth more than putting that time into the Guardians of the Rift minigame as a hardcore Iron Man.
Well, maybe you have to level certain things up to unlock those runes in the Guardians of the Rift.
Yeah, no, for sure. I just don't know if it's better to like kill stuff and like there are other things. There's almost a way to get every single rune in the game off of either killing stuff that's safe spottable or not that difficult to kill, or leveling up your rune crafting. The only caveat really is there are some
rune crafting is level 9.
Yeah, but once you get Guardians of the Rift, it's not that bad anymore. It's still one of the slowest to level, but Guardians of the Rift is a pretty fun mini game, and I think it's fairly easy to get that up to 65 and 77, which I feel like after 77 it gets a little crazy, and like getting soul runes, aether runes, and wrath runes, and are pretty annoying, of course. But really, in the end game, you really just need a reliable way to get blood runes and death runes, and there are so many ways to get those in the game reliably that aren't doing rune crafting that, I mean, a bunch of people just never level rune crafting, because you can get them through drops and other ways throughout the game.
I swear, when I started RuneScape back a couple weeks ago, I was only level like 450 total level, combined level of every skill. Now I'm already at 955.
Well, you can move that up real quick by doing some of your lower skills too. Because actually, like, if you were to just say, I want to get base 70s and everything, if you excluded herb lore and farming, you could get base 70s and everything and rush that out, I mean, probably in a few weeks, honestly. And like have base 70s everything. 70 doesn't take that long to get for almost every skill. It because most skills only, even in the most efficient way, for an Iron Man, take somewhere between 40 and 80 hours of time, right? To like max. And the halfway point of that is 92. So to get to the halfway mark of 92 is like 80 or something like that. So you're like 2-3 magnitudes less just to get to base 70s. And base 70s allows you to do the biggest, craziest unlock quest in the game. And after that, you could theoretically do the rest of the content in the game outside of some really niche stuff with just base 70s, and you really never have to like grind out a 99.
So if he doesn't play it beforehand, I suggest that when we all retire, we play hardcore group Iron Man with Nat.
I'd be down.
If that's the only way to get him to play.
I don't want to.
I'd be down. I have actually been thinking about doing a challenge Iron Man account just on the side slowly for like fun that I actually record or stream.
Well, I guess the hardcore part doesn't matter. I was just thinking group Iron Man. I just keep saying hardcore. That's what I've been doing.
Yeah. I want to do, I think it would be cool because there are a few channels that have tried this, but none of them have completed their journey. They've all kind of just like died out as a channel, but all of them were like really cool. But I would love to do a magic only, as far as I can go, either hardcore Iron Man or Ultimate Iron Man.
Wait,
I think hardcore Ultimate Iron Man means you can't use a bank.
That's dumb.
So it's harder than a hardcore Iron Man because the manipulation of the inventory actually becomes more difficult, and because of what you have to do to store stuff towards endgame. Technically, when you die as a Ultimate Iron Man, you lose all of your stuff sometimes. And that is essentially...
There is no point in Ultimate Iron Man. It makes absolutely no sense. Nat, you have a 28 grid inventory.
Yeah.
And then you have a bank, which you can pull that stuff in like a normal game. Eric wants to play the game without a bank. When most of the time, like that makes no sense. There's not enough. It's just
only doing magic, by the way.
That's just, why would we do that?
Sounds stupid.
Just as
it's
a
not
challenge.
Ultimate Iron Man. The word ultimate should be replaced by something far more appropriate.
Pointless?
Sadistic. So the interesting thing about Ultimate Iron Man that the base game doesn't have is that it requires some very interesting solutions to common problems that you can just solve by using a bank. And you can't, essentially a lot of things become a puzzle of how to use your inventory slots in addition to doing the action. So regular actions now require more intuitive solutions. Or less, not
It's
more
so
intuitive,
dumb. You can't
more
keep
interesting
all the
solutions.
things that are worth keeping. Like, you spend so much time in this game just unlocking and
No.
really cool stuff because you don't have a bank. Guess what? You can't keep it.
You do get to keep a lot of stuff. You just have to do certain things.
It would have to go in a bank.
There are other ways to store things. Your house can store stuff.
Something with a bank.
Your house can store stuff outside of the bank that isn't for the bank. So like you can store your armor sets in
a bank.
So That's an interesting question. I don't actually know why it doesn't have a bank, but you can't actually build a bank in your house ever. But you can build things to store certain items. So, for example, your tools. You can build a tool wall and store all of your tools in your house as an ultimate Iron Man that isn't in your bank. But that means you want to
You
like
should have started with that.
yeah. Oh yeah. No, like I said, the game has a bunch of stuff in it for Ultimate Iron Man to work, but you have to choose different solutions than just going to a bank and putting stuff in to trade stuff around. But there are a lot of cool solutions you have to do for Ultimate Iron Man. Like, for example, if you want to have an Ivan staff and use it and then upgrade it, you may have to store that in your house some way. You may have to like be like, no, I'm going to destroy my Ivan staff and I'm going to have to re-earn it at this point after I use it for this. There are a bunch of things you may have to do. So a good way to see kind of like the interesting spots. Settled, probably the best old school RuneScape creator. He did a video where he only had one inventory slot. And the stuff that he does with that account is crazy. Like, he is further in the game with that account than I am currently with like insane stuff. But like the stuff that you can actually do in the game with less inventory and less bank is a lot, but the solutions aren't clear, mostly because a lot of people play RuneScape and they rely on the bank. The bank is a very easy storage solution. The storage solutions that exist outside of that, like for example, noting and unnoting things. As an Ultimate Iron Man, you need to know where the unnoting people are and the noting people are so you can note your herbs, note your stackable items. Now items that aren't stackable become stackable and you can keep 10,000, 50,000 herbs in your inventory ready to use those sometime in the future to train your herb lore. And what you're actually doing is you're like, I'm limiting this part of my inventory. This one slot is going to be 30, 40 levels of herb lore down the road. So I have to play with 27 inventory slots until I get to that point. And there's some cool stuff you can do there. It makes getting the rune pouch more important. Like, oh, I got to go do Last Man Standing and get the rune pouch, or I have to do Slayer to get the rune pouch so that I can level magic better and do Slayer with magic better, because then I can save 4 inventory slots because those runes will go be put in a pouch. So there's a lot of stuff in the game to support it, but it is crazy. But it changes the way you have to play the game for sure. So I think it would be cool to do a challenge run where you do that and do only magic, which people tried, and then I think they just gave up because of time, life, or whatever. Their video, all that, like 3 people that I found, all started this, got to stuff, and were like, they're about to do the cool thing, and then they just never do it. And so it'd be interesting to do it.
Nat, there's a wiki page for this insanity that he's talking about called Ultimate Iron Guide Item Management. And on that wiki page, there are 30 subsections of how to store your shit without a bank.
Yep.
I'll pass.
I know.
Yeah. No, I would never recommend somebody play that way first, or not as a challenge. Or honestly, I would not tell somebody to play that unless they're doing it for content. Because I think for content, it adds a risk and interesting caveat of solving problems that makes things interesting. Like if you watch Settled content, he does Ultimate Iron Man for all of his content, and it leads to him having to do interesting stuff and making videos about it. And it drives the progress, right? And it makes it more interesting to watch. But I wouldn't say that anybody going into RuneScape as like, I just want to play RuneScape on the side. No, I would do it either create a main, regular, have access to everything, or do an Iron Man, just a base Iron Man, and have fun with it. Or do a hardcore Iron Man and just accept that it's going to die one day, and that's fine.
So, I don't know if we talked about it, because we talked about Art Software a lot recently. Ironically enough,
He
lost
started.
a
I saw
bet
that.
and started playing RuneScape because he lost a bet.
Dummy.
Yeah, I saw that.
Haha. Idiot, don't bet on
But he
trying to
actually
play a
really
game.
likes the game.
It's honestly anybody who plays. I would say anybody who plays RuneScape for and gets to their first big thing. And I would honestly say that like people like go through the quests. If you make it 20, 30 quests in, which isn't that much time, and just do questing, I think most people would be sold on RuneScape by the 30th quest. I think they'd start having fun at about quest 10, quest 11. And then I
probably
think
right,
by
'cause-
quest 30, they'd be hooked. It's really hard not to enjoy the way
So
this game is.
I don't know exactly what happened, but I listened or tuned into Pirate Software, and he was talking about how he had tried RuneScape at some point, and it was aimless. He didn't know what he was doing, and he just didn't play it. He was like, I don't really care. I don't know what's happening. But then this time around, he played with his partner, and she was like, I'm doing this quest. Come do this quest with me. Stop killing goblins. Do this quest with me. Stop killing chickens. Do this quest with me. So she like basically got him to do the quest, and thanks to her, he fell in love with the game by experiencing it in a very different way, kind of like what you're describing.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is that I think people look at RuneScape, see it as an MMO, and then go, oh, I don't like questing in an MMO. And then they hear, oh,
Most of them
RuneScape has the
suck.
best quests in MMO. And you're like, I just don't like MMO questing, so I'm not going to like that. That's whatever. RuneScape questing is so different from other MMO questing. They are not comparable. And the way that RuneScape MMO progression works is so different from other MMO progression that they are just not comparable.
Is the
And
questing
so
comparable to Skyrim?
honestly, I don't know that I don't even know where to begin with quest comparison. I honestly think it is the perfected version of like old classic point and click adventure games.
Sure, you can play the whole game with a mouse. Crazy.
Yeah. But also like those storylines, picture your favorite point and click adventure game that had a great story and consider all of the quality of life improvements, all of the cool storyline, all of the simplicity of playing, but being able to enjoy solving the puzzles and wrapping 150 of those games into one singular game, and you have RuneScape questing. And that's like the best comparison that I could think of, because it feels like when you're doing the quests, you're playing old school point and click adventure games that are quirky, fun, interesting, but without all of the jank. Where it's like, oh, I don't understand what's going on, etc. It's like, no. Here's what's going on. Here's what's going. It's fun. It's quirky. Solve this puzzle. Solve this interesting thing. And then, oh, you did all of that? Now you are permanently stronger forever. Right? And like, for example, one of the first quests you do is this huge quest where you lay this girl to rest at the grave that she wanted. And she was like a ghost haunting people. And you lay her to rest in a nicer place according to her heritage and all this stuff. And you do so in like going on this huge quest line doing this. And when you get to the end of it, if you were to start that at the beginning of the game, you would end with base 40 stats in all of your combat stats with one quest. And like doing that quest and doing this thing for her, like makes your character stronger, and the things you do in it drive why your combat stats are going up. So it's like in the quest, there was combat things and combat challenges you had to overcome and combat puzzles. And then because you did those puzzles that were combat oriented, you get insane amounts of combat stats, and it's so rewarding. But with that old school RuneScape a segment of craziness, Nat, what have you been playing this week?
Bro, I haven't been playing anything. I've been working.
Oh, the tragedy.
Really?
I haven't been able to play anything, dude.
Oh my gosh.
I haven't think I've played video games in the past 2 weeks.
So the last time was when you were like BF6ing
Yeah, I
it
played with
and
you.
Marvel
Yeah,
Rivals with
that was
us.
it. Yeah, that was it.
Man, that's so unfortunate.
Yeah.
Do you see an end in sight to
Yeah,
the
I do.
overworking?
I
Okay,
do.
good. Good.
This weekend should be the first weekend I have back to myself, and this week should be the first time that I actually have like some kind of return. But
And it's a long weekend.
huh?
Yeah, we have a long weekend.
Labor
Oh
Day.
yeah, we have Monday off,
Yeah,
don't we?
we have Labor Day.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So like, I'll have that long weekend to kind of like recomp after this bullshit. But yeah, like
We're gonna
I
play
don't know
Peak
if
at
you
some
guys know.
point.
Yeah,
I'm
we should
exhausted
do
right
do
now.
some pink this weekend.
Yeah.
I can imagine, man.
Yeah, I'm fucking tired. Yeah, I've been working. I think I've been working after work every day for the past 2 weeks, maybe 3.
Man.
Same.
And on weekends.
Yeah, that's rough. That's always rough.
It's not
I've been
great.
there.
It's not. It hopefully will be the last time I do it. I don't think after this week it should be the last time. But yeah, not great, guys. But I'm glad I'm at the end of it. Oh.
Damn.
My kitten sees something outside the window and is in hunt mode.
Anthony, what have you been playing? Oh god.
Dude, I think I've only played RuneScape.
Well, I think we've covered RuneScape, guys.
That's fair. That's fair.
I miss playing Grounded 2, but it's in early
Yeah,
access,
man.
so it doesn't
It's not
super
much
upset
we
me.
can do. Yeah.
You know, because
Yeah,
it's like, well, I'm only missing out on the beta basically. There is a lot of apparently insanely awesome stuff happening in Star Citizen, and I just haven't popped in because I'm literally this injury
just
started because of Star Citizen.
Oof.
Because in Star Citizen I have a really big ship for hauling, and it moves very slowly, and as a result I death grip my stick while rotating it, and so I weakened my hand, and then I had to carry those really heavy boxes that were awkward, and I had to crimp them like a climber, and so I
Jeez.
injured my A2 pulley that way. So I've been a little hesitant, which is one of the reasons that RuneScape's been such a good interim so that I can properly heal. Like, it's healing really well, so much that I forgot to tape it for most of today. But that's also scary because tendons don't heal right. So like, I could so easily just regress by a week or two without the tape. Yeah.
And
Yeah,
it doesn't
I
take a
can't wait
lot
to
to
get-
injure that, by the way. Like, did you, like, one of the things, I don't know if I probably sent it to you at some point in our life, but one of the guy who looks like, has like a really long, luscious hair that does all the science videos.
no.
I'm forgetting his name, but he did a whole retrospective because nobody had really done it before and nobody really understood why climbers always get injuries along that pulley system in your fingers. And it's like typical of like climbers. Almost every climber has it, but most people who don't do that don't have it. And in doing the research for that, he figured out the amount of weight your body has is more than the physical capabilities of any human in that pulley system. And so anytime you're holding something and you're not gripping it over and you're holding it like this, where most of the weight is like pulling up right here, if you were putting your body weight and holding that way on both hands, it's not just one hand, this is like both hands. If you do that long enough, it is inevitable that you will injure that tendon. And so climbing on crimps will inevitably cause that if you do it for a long enough
hurt you.
period in your life. Yeah, it's like impossible for it not to, which is super interesting. And nobody, like, he was one of the first guys who really sat down and like did research papers on it and figured out the amount of forces that it held. How many forces does this happen? Because no other sport has you putting that much force exactly like that. And
No,
so,
yeah, and
yeah,
like one-
it doesn't take much force.
Apparently, it's like 450 pounds. Which, like,
Yeah.
most people don't weigh 450 pounds, but if you do a little bit of movement, so what? Mass times
There's
acceleration equals
Yeah.
force or whatever.
There's a very big
Then-
difference between like static weight and the minute you add motion into weight. The amount of force you put is not equivalent to just your body weight.
Yeah. And then that 450 pounds of force changes due to strain. So me playing Star Citizen, constantly weakening it, and then carrying some 50 to 100-pound boxes 10 times because of how many freaking boxes there are, just enough to strain it. And for those that are super curious, if you see my hand like this, the tendons attached to a muscle somewhere around here in your forearm. And then they go up and through your finger. And what these pulleys do is they stop it from bowstringing. Bowstring would be if there was a line straight from here to here. That's what the tendon wants to do when you put it under stress. It wants to come here in a straight line, but you have these tendons wrapped around your finger in a way, not wrapped, but kind of like this wrapping, that prevent that from snapping off and being a straight line.
Jeez.
The crazy thing is, though, there's a climber that has snapped all of them completely, and
Jeez.
he was back in full health in 6 months with surgery. Luckily, though, he had some weird genetic thing where they have some people have extra tendons in a weird spot of their body that the
One of my
surgeons
friends
can
had
go
that for
and
their knee.
use.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of my friends had like she had an issue with her knee and she had a meniscus tear. But she had so much meniscus in her knee that they were able to just shave off the injured part and she still has more meniscus there than an average person. Which is crazy. It's like the human body is cool sometimes. That's crazy.
Human body is fucking wild.
Gentlemen,
Wild night.
yes.
Ladies,
With
we have
that,
come to that point of this podcast where we must say bid adieu. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Bid you farewell.
we have everybody have a wonderful week. Check us out. All the information's in the comments, YouTube, Twitch, all that. Come and find us. We have individual channels. Yeah, and we'll catch you next week. And I don't know what the hot topic is. It might be what we were talking about earlier, but it might not. We'll see.
We'll see.
Oh yeah, we'll see. Stay
We'll
tuned.
just
Have
have
a
to
good
be
one.
there and find out.
Be there or be square. We'll catch you in the next one.
Be there, be square.
Peace.
Bye.